Um, Hi, Bill. My name is Caro, and I'm going to be walking you through this session today. Before we begin, I have some information for you, and I'm going to read it to make sure that I cover everything. You probably already have a good idea of why we asked you here, but let me go over it again briefly. We're asking people to try using a paper prototype for a website that we're working on so we can see whether it works as intended. The session should take about 5 minutes. The first thing I want to make clear right away is that we're testing the site, not you. You can't do anything wrong here. As you use the site, I'm going to ask you as much as possible to try to think out loud, to say what you're looking at, what you're trying to do, and what you're thinking. This will be a big help to us. Also, please don't worry that you're going to hurt our feelings. We are doing this to improve the site, so we need to hear your honest reactions. If you have any questions as we go along, just ask them. I may not be able to answer them right away, since we're interested in how people do when they don't have someone sitting next to them to help. But if you still have any questions, when we're done, I'll try to answer them then. With your permission, we're going to record what happens and our conversation. The recording will only be used to help us figure out how to improve the site. It helps me because I don't have to take as many notes. Do you have any questions so far?
No, I'm ready to go.
Okay, before we look at the site, I'd like to ask you a few quick questions. Do you do any online shopping?
Yes.
What's your favorite shopping site and why?
Wayfair.
And why?
It's easy to navigate.
Just what you need.
It does.
Wayfair's
Yeah.
just what I need.
Yeah.
Okay.
And product quality.
How well do you communicate with people who don't understand your language?
Not very well.
Do you like to travel outside of the U.S.? If so, where and why?
Other than Mexico, I'm not a big traveler.
Okay. What would make the traveling experience to a country that speaks a different language easier for you?
Translation.
Okay, great. We're done with the questions, and we can start looking at things. First, I'm going to ask you to look at this page and tell me what you make of it, what strikes you about it, whose site you think it is, what you can do here, and what it's for. Just look around and do a little narrative.
Okay, so this is a translation device, I take it, or an app, or a function. I'm not sure I'm getting that from, I'm assuming that's your mark. But other than that, vertical up and down. So in looking at this, my next step would be to play the video. From that, I would then probably go to, if I'm understanding that, then I'm attracted to the accessories. So I would probably explore all three. So I would probably go left to right and look that way. Don't know how I'm doing.
That's good. That's good, yeah. Okay, thanks. Now I'm going to read to you a scenario and ask you to perform a task. The only thing that I ask is that you do these without using the search. We'll learn a lot more about how well the site works that way.
Okay.
All right, so here's the scenario. Imagine that you are a busy businessman from Germany traveling to a business conference in Japan. You realize you have a language barrier with those in the conference, and you wish to communicate better with others for business. You wish there was a quick way to get a device where you could communicate well with others. If you were this persona and on this website, what would you do?
Wow. I would probably look at the specs of different products to see how they work with me after I have a pretty good idea. So I might hit the shop. Okay. I would probably go with the basic travel packages first. Okay. Isn't that nice? I would go through my options and look at what each package offers. If I were a wealthy person, I would bypass the first two and go to first class, most likely. Because I have all the money in the world. And I would see how it functions and what happens with it. And I would, if I like it, I would probably add to cart.
Pretend this is the one that you clicked. Just
Gotcha,
imagine.
gotcha. Okay. That's, I would select a size, whatever it might be. And then I would continue to purchase. Okay. Okay, when you, okay, go native, okay, wow, okay. I would probably get rid of that and then go, because I have all the money in the world, I would go with the Express. It'd be United States, blah, 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 billing payment service. Yep, okay. And I would want to go to PayPal. Sorry.
I've seen people.
Now we go submit.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks, that was very helpful. Do you have any questions for us now that we're done?
Well, that's really a cheap product. I was expecting to pay more.
Well, very good, very economical.
I
So I
like
guess
it.
this is for the gold one. We have to
Oh, okay.
imagine that it's for the other one, but it would
Okay.
be more.
Oh, okay, certainly.
Yeah, they get you with the shipping.
Almost as much as the product, but would that bother me? No.
No.
You don't care.
I don't care because I got all the money in the world.
Exactly.
All right. Thank
Thank
you.